in. Okay. Let's tab over here and take a look at our guys. Let's see what they've got going on. As expected, we've got all our different laners, and it does look like Skarner is going to start down in bot lane. We're going to have to watch for those invades, especially with the Lilia. Lilia's really good at invading. Unfortunately, she does have a little bit better of an invade than Skarner, at least in my opinion.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's take a look up here at Skarner using Grasp of the Undying. I believe that is still in a really good spot. And he might be rotating red and just warding blue? Or going blue and warding red. I'm all over the place. I'm used to being on the other side of the map. Lilia jungle diff. Not that I would know coming from Endymion. Endymion is one of
Minions
my
have
league
spawned.
friends who has an obsession with Lilia and is very mean on her. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure how Skarner lines up against Lilia. Have you played into that, Endymion? Have you played Skarner into Lilia too much? I know you've had Skarners on your team while playing Lilia. So we got Skarner getting his blue buff, Lilia getting her blue buff. Probably gonna hopefully not meet in jungle just yet, because that would probably not be for the best at this current moment. Bot lane looks like they're having a little bit of a tassel down there, as well as top lane. They're exchanging a couple hits. Mundo taking a little more damage off of the Gragas than... Yeah. It looks like bot lane is actually getting outpoked at the moment. Senna is a little bit lower than their team down there.
First blood.
Mundo going in on the Gragas. Almost taking it. But it looks like they're both going to go ahead and back out. Oh, JK. Gragas is going to come in and be able to get that final hit. Pyke roaming from bot lane. Probably just doing some warding. However, their ADC has gone back, so let's take a peek down here and see if they're going to be able to catch up or do any poking of their own. No exchange of the poke.
All that frost touches, we know.
Seems blue lane. Bot lane
Rest
knows
now.
where the wards are, and it looks like Pyke is heading up a little bit, trying to mess with the Skarner, probably trying to keep him from coming down for a gank. It looks like Skarner going to engage this? They are going to engage it. Any CC is good CC for Lilia. So far, pretty even game. Looks like Concord is taking a little bit of gold. They do have the 2 kills up, so they're about 1,000 gold ahead, which is a decent lead early on, but not too big of one that can't be overcome. Hopefully the Skarner CC, Lilia Sleep, Vigar Circle, and Senna Root can help with the team fights. We can hope so. However, it does look like the Pyke just took out the Skarner down in bot lane. So that is unfortunate. Another kill going to them, giving them a little bit more of a lead, especially down in bot lane where we don't need them having that lead. And now top lane also has a little more of a lead over them. So it is not looking too hot for the MSU team just yet, but it is still early. We have hope that they can come back from that. It does look like Vigar is doing decently in mid lane against his Tristana. Let's take a look at the CS score. Vigar is at 36, Tristana is at 46, so at a kill worth lead. Nothing too huge, but still not great. Neither of them have back to buy any more items. However, once Vigar gets that first item going, that is going to possibly be a steamroll, especially if he's got his stacks going really well. That is another death down in bot lane. Looks like... well, Demeter's gonna manage to stay alive here. Hopefully they are going to back out. They are going to back out and head back to base, hopefully to get a little bit of healing. Skarner up here taking the Void Grubs, which they managed to get all of them, which is huge for making sure that they actually get a little more push going. Skarner abandons our Mundo. That is a death to the Mundo. Let's take a peek down in mid lane. So it looks like Tristana did get the kill on the Vigar. To be honest, I know nothing about League of Legends, but I want to support the MSU Esports team. Alright, Lilac, I'm gonna give you like a 2-minute crash course on League of Legends. It is a 5v5. Yeah, I had to do some math in my head right quick. It is a 5v5 game. Basically, the goal is to take down the other team's towers and make it to their Nexus turret, which is in the middle. So I will give you a quick little peep. This is the Nexus right here, this little crystal. And you want to destroy all of these towers and get down there. You also have these little buddies that whenever you take them out, they spawn super minions for you, which helps push the base. Essentially, it is a laning phase currently. They want to win their laning phase against whoever they are against. In this case, Vigar is against the Tristana. If you win your laning phase, it means you're going to take your tower first against the other team, which is going to allow your team to push their towers a little better, and you can rotate to help other lanes. The jungler, which is our Skarner, who is passing through at this current moment, is going to try to help these lanes by ganking them to get them in the lead. As it stands, currently, we are not in the lead. The other team does have an advantage over us, especially since we are 0-8 now that our Senna just died down in bot lane. If you look up at the top, it tells you how much gold we have. That gold is what you use to buy your items. Your items are what's going to allow you to actually do the big damage that you need to do in order to win. Yeah, it's build items, kill the other teams, destroy their towers, get to their base. It's like a Wreck-It Ralph simulator, almost. Destroy everything. We got a ping coming in from Bold showing that the Jhin has a 250 gold bounty. Good grab coming from Skarner. Got the ult coming out of Snowdrop with our Vigar, and they might get that last hit. They don't get the last hit, miss their Q, so they don't get the hit on that. Don't worry, boys, we're scaling. This is true, we are playing some scaling champs. Between Mundo with stacking health and our Vigar stacking his. They are playing some scaling champs. There is a slight concern that the other team also has some scaling. They also have the hyper carry and Tristana. We also have Senna who scales so long as they're getting their spirits. which I have not checked those. So let's take a peek at Senna and see what they're doing down here. They're just hanging out, just vibing. They currently have 27 of their spirits, which means their attack damage is increased by 20.25, their rage is increased by 20, and the critical strike by 8%. They don't have any extra life still just yet. However, that range is huge, especially on Senna. Being able to outrange the other laners allows you to get more poke. It's going to be massive, especially late game. Void Grubs got spawn and red team has taken them, so that is unfortunate on our end. Void Grubs does allow people to like push a little harder. And the Pyke has roamed the top lane. I don't think it got pinged by our bot lane that the Pyke was missing, so might be a little irritation there coming from our boys. The Pyke is still alive, still hanging out. He did go back to base, so he should be heading back down to bot lane unless he decides to roam a little bit and help somewhere else. However, as it stands, I don't think any other lane needs any help. Concord has taken first dragon and the Void Grubs. No towers yet, though. We haven't lost our tower plating, and they haven't taken any towers just yet, so we at least have that going. We are hitting the 12-minute mark, which means we should start seeing some lanes shifting and moving, and the laning phase kind of ending. Skarner coming in, helping the Veigar get the kill, and does trade Veigar for Tristana. However, they did get the bounty gold. So that is massive. That 150 gold is going to go far, especially for Skarner to be able to get some items to help out in the jungle. Looks like he's going to hold down mid lane until the Veigar gets back. At least keep it from completely crashing against the turret. JK, I lied. It looks like he's going up top lane to help with that Gragas. Is he going to be able to get the... he does not get the grab. Let's take a peek back down in bot lane. It looks like they're trading down here. That is the Jhin ult. Doesn't look like they get too much value other than poking them down a little bit. They're about even on health at the current moment, so not too much of a fear there. Looks like our bot lane's gonna head and go back. They're gonna go buy some items. Same with the Concord team. Looks like they're backing to buy items. Lilia has gotten Leandry's Torment. That burn is massive on Lilia, especially with her bowling ball that she's able to throw into groups. Massive. We got the Rift Herald spawning, and it looks like we've got some fun things happening down in mid lane. 3v1 on our Veigar. Ashe Arrow coming in. Good ult coming from Ashe, and a great ring from Veigar. It is going to allow them to get the kill on that Tristana. It is another trade because of that Tristana bomb. However, it is also going to make the Pyke have to kind of back out just a little bit. Looks like him and Lilia are going to rotate up top to try and get the Mundo. Mundo does get hit by that sleep. But they are going to trade Mundo's death for the dragon. That is MSU's first dragon getting the Kim tech. And they're gonna trade it for.
Blue team's turret has
I
been
can't remember this
destroyed.
dude's name. I always want to call him Rift Herald, and he's not the Herald. Is he Herald? He might be Herald. It is the Herald. Wow, okay, I need to stop second guessing myself here. Bit of an uneven trade, giving up Rift Herald for Dragon. While Dragon can be huge, if you get multiples, Rift Herald is really good for pushing, especially early game. That is probably going to give him mid lane tower for the Concord team.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
It does give them mid lane tower from the blue team.
Pain doesn't own you.
The exhaust coming out of the pike on the Senna with an ult from the Jhin. It is not looking too hot at this current moment. Unfortunately, there's no real way for MSU to play back under their towers because the other team just has so much poke and damage that they can do to them from
Blue
under those
team's turret has
towers.
been destroyed.
That does give Concord the third tower of the game. MSU now behind by 10,000 gold. So we really need to catch up on some of these bounties. Which we've got Gragas with a 250 bounty, Jhin with a 450, and Pyke with a 600. Just getting those bot laners, killing them once is going to be huge, and they're still going to probably have a secondary bounty on them, even after getting the first bounty gold. That could also be very beneficial to helping catch up on the gold. Vigar poking at the Gragas, while mid lane is having a little bit of a powwow. Skarner clearing some more jungle while Senna looks to be taking some damage. Let's pop over here and see what's going on over here. Mundo taking out the Tristana down in bot lane. That is huge, but he is very close to death running from those minions to try to keep from getting hit by them. Our team collapsing on a 4v2 fight with the Pyke coming in, trying to back him off. We do have to separate out a little bit. Don't want to get caught out by that Pyke. His execute is dirty. Possibly a little bit of miscommunication there. Our Skarner kept going while the rest of them had backed out. And a good ult coming from the Jhin. It was a great ring by Vigar trying to save the Senna. Fortunately, it does not work, not with that Lily asleep. We got Ashe and Skarner coming in from the mid lane with Senna coming back. Ashe backing to get a little bit of health, probably buy an item. Ashe getting a ward, and that is one thing I am noticing with our MSU team is that there seems to be a lot of times that we're not getting good wards down. We're doing a lot better this week than we did last week, I can say that. But the ward vision is still a little lacking. Got a full team brawl going on. We've already taken out one of theirs, so it is currently a 4v5. It looks like Mundo and Skarner are really close to going down. Ashe trying to section them off, doing some damage. Mundo coming back in. They're getting caught off by the Pyke, who came up from behind. Vision score.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That is mid lane turrets down. They are now at the base there. looks like red team is going for the dragon, which is going to be their second dragon of the game. And honestly, it is a vision war right now. They've got a little bit more vision than what we've had, and they're doing really well at taking out all of the wards, which is a major hindrance to our MSU team, not having that vision to know where that Lily is coming in from, and that Pike, especially that Pike. Got a pink ward up here by the Skarner, and that's another thing, is we're not clearing out wards. So the other team is just pinging them and catching them out. Here comes Senna and Ashe with our Vigar. Looks like they're going to try to push mid. Tristana coming in to make it a 3v3. Skarner sticking around a little bit from the sides, same as Gragas. Lilia up at the top with Mundo coming down. This is going to turn into a team fight with them taking the first kill on Ashe. A great ult by Skarner if they're doing a little more follow-up. That Pike execute on him really did it in. Wonderful ring coming from the Vigar. Unfortunately, is not enough to keep them in the fight, but it did give them 2, and they did get a shutdown on the Pike. That was 700 gold going to the Vigar, which will be massive, especially with his scaling. Does look like Concord is going to go for Baron Nashor. Looks like most of them are heading down mid, trying to get some tower damage there. They're gonna have to back out. We did get a top lane tower, which is some bounty gold or objective bounty to the entire team, which is huge right now. They are massively behind on gold, so any little bit helps. Tristana just split pushing down bot lane. Vigar going down to try to get a handle on that. Ashe getting executed by the Pike. But getting a flash out of the Jhin. Mundo going in on the Jhin, who seems to be taking some heavy damage, but Tristana popping in with her ult. Vigar taking out the Tristana. Unfortunately, once more Jhin comes in with the cleanup. That Jhin has to have a massive bounty at this point. Yep, his bounty is up to 700 once more, with the Pike still having a 200 gold bounty.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
That is Concord taking out all of mid lane towers, getting the blue inhibs. Now they've got the super minions coming down from mid lane for them.
I'm just going to
and are rotating to set up for dragon, it looks like. Any luck, we'll be able to test that dragon, because that will be dragon number 3 for them. Objective bounties are still up for MSU, so we will see if they can manage to get some gold from that.
Triple kill.
Had to step away for 2 seconds and I missed all of the fun, but I imagine y'all got to see it. We did get a triple kill on Concord. We did get the shutdown on the Jhin. Jhin still has 150 gold bounty, but that did give us a little more wiggle room. We are no longer almost 20,000 behind in gold. We are now a little less. Does look like Ashe finally has their Kraken Slayer, and not sure what they're building into now. Oh, Phantom Dancer. So Ashe now just completed their second item. They now have their Phantom Dancer, which will be massive. Veigar getting their Void Staff, which is going to increase all of their AP, increasing their damage, especially with their scaling. Another huge item. So maybe with these next couple of items, we'll be able to see some of the fight starting to turn. Skarner is getting his heart still stacks up. He is up to 193, which is pretty decent, especially for a 27-minute in. Skarner grabbing. What was that then? He grabbed the Tristana. Jhin getting a cleanup on the Ashe. Unfortunate. They were not able to secure the kill on that Tristana, but the Tristana is going to have to back and not be able to be part of these team fights. Gragas split pushing down in bot lane. Window committing to the fight as his team backs out. This may be game. They have free push now. Tristana on the turrets. They're already cleaning them out, and it looks like they've got the inhib open.
Rampage. Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And that is going to be the end of this game. MSU will lose the second game, putting them 0-2 for the series. It is best of 3, so that is done for the night. It was a good game. It was a great attempt from MSU. I do think